Hi basketball family, before we get into this story, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because what you're about to hear changes everything we thought we knew about South Carolina women's basketball. And I need you in the comments early, tell me right now, is Dawn Staley building another dynasty, or is this season about to test her more than any other? Drop your take below and let's talk hoop, because today, it's official. Alicia Tournebize has arrived. And at the exact same time, Dawn Staley just sent shockwaves through the fanbase with a chilling update on Tanaya Latson's injury that nobody was prepared for. This isn't just a roster update. This isn't just another injury report. This is a turning point, for the season, for the SEC, and possibly for the national title picture. South Carolina fans, buckle up. For weeks, there were whispers. Quiet conversations in recruiting circles. Rumors floating through message boards and social media timelines. People kept asking the same question over and over again, where is Alicia Tournebize? Was she really coming? Was there a delay? Was the paperwork stuck? Was Dawn Staley keeping something close to the vest? And then suddenly, no build-up, no dramatic press release, she's there. On campus. In Columbia. In Gamecock gear. A 6'7" international force from France, one of the most intriguing front-court prospects in women's basketball, finally stepping into the program at the exact moment South Carolina needed help the most. But here's the twist. Her arrival didn't come during a celebration. It came during uncertainty. Because just days earlier, the entire arena went quiet when Tanaya Latson went down. You could feel it in the building. The moment didn't need replay. The body language told the story. South Carolina's offensive engine, the guard who could take over games, create something out of nothing, and change momentum in seconds, was suddenly on the sideline. And when Dawn Staley spoke after the game, her words were careful. Too careful. She didn't panic. She didn't over-explain. But she also didn't reassure. And that's when fans knew. Something was different. Tanaya Latson wasn't just banged up. This wasn't just shake it off and be back next game. This was a moment that forced Dawn Staley to think long-term, not just about the next opponent, but about survival in a brutal SEC schedule. And that's exactly why Alicia Tournebize's arrival matters more than people realize. Because Dawn Staley doesn't make moves by accident. She doesn't rush players. She doesn't gamble with health. And she never, ever panics. If Tournebize is here now, it's because the situation demanded it. Let's talk about what South Carolina was facing before this moment. This team had already been tested. Close games. Physical matchups. Teams throwing everything at them defensively. The margin for error was shrinking, and suddenly, the idea of losing Latson, even temporarily, forced a brutal reality check. Who creates offense when defenses tighten? Who breaks pressure? Who takes the big shots late? Dawn Staley has depth, yes, but Latson brings something different. She brings confidence that spreads. She brings a fear factor opponents must respect. So when Staley said Latson would be evaluated day by day, when she emphasized health over timelines, when she refused to promise anything, that wasn't coach speak. That was honesty. And that honesty made Alicia Tournebize's arrival feel less like a luxury and more like a necessity. Now let's talk about Tournebize herself, because this isn't just another big. This is a player with international experience. A player who has played against grown professionals. A player who understands spacing, physicality, and pressure in ways that don't always show up in box scores. At 6'7", she instantly changes geometry. Shots get altered. Passing lanes disappear. Rebounding becomes contested. And suddenly, South Carolina has something they didn't have before, a true interior presence who commands attention the second she steps on the floor. Is she polished? No. Is she ready to dominate immediately? Maybe not. But what she represents is stability, insurance, and flexibility. Because with Tournebize in the mix, Dawn Staley can adjust lineups. She can protect players. She can slow the game down when needed. She can survive stretches without elite guard play by controlling the paint. That matters, especially if Latson misses time. And here's the scary part for the rest of the SEC. This isn't even South Carolina at full strength. Think about that. This team is adapting on the fly, integrating a high-upside international prospect, managing injuries, and still competing at a national level. That's coaching. That's culture. That's Dawn Staley doing what she's done for over a decade, turning chaos into control. And when she spoke about Latson, there was something else in her tone. Not fear. Not frustration. Focus. She talked about treatment. About communication. About making sure Latson feels supported. About not rushing the process. Because Staley understands something fans sometimes forget, championships aren't won in December, but they can absolutely be lost there. So now South Carolina enters the next phase of the season with questions, but also with answers. Who steps up in the backcourt? Who embraces expanded roles? How quickly can Tournebize adjust to the speed of the college game? These are real questions. But here's what isn't in question. South Carolina is not backing down. Dawn Staley is not panicking. And this program is still thinking bigger than one game, one injury, or one player. The arrival of Alicia Tournebize sends a message. We're preparing. We're adapting. And we're not done. So let me ask you again, and I want to see these comments light up. Does Alicia Tournebize become the X factor that steadies South Carolina during Latson's absence? Or does this challenge reveal a new leader we haven't even talked about yet? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more South Carolina and women's basketball coverage, and share this video with every Gamecock fan you know, because this season is far from over, and the story is only getting deeper. Stay locked, because the next chapter might be the most dangerous one yet.